Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so make sure to check out your other placements. And if you're interested in receiving a personal reading, I am offering a promotion for the month of May. So have a look at the description below. It's a good time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, my friends, let's get started here for Virgo. What is the current energy around Virgo for the week ahead? All right, Five of Wands, Virgo. Okay, so that makes me feel like you're kind of surrounded by a bit of conflict this week, okay? So there may be too many comparisons being made or too many opinions being thrown at you, and you may be asking for people's opinions, or you may be comparing yourself to other people and then making conflict where it doesn't need to exist. You know what I mean? Like when we compare ourselves to others, sometimes we can get into an inner conflict with ourselves. But this card could also represent that you're inviting conflict by getting too many opinions about something instead of just trusting yourself. This also brings up this feeling that you're sort of not interested in conflict right now. Like, when are we really ever interested in conflict? But it's almost like there's too many egos here, and you're like, I'm just going to back away from this slowly, and I don't want to be involved in this anymore. I don't want to be involved in this conflict. I'm just going to do what feels right for me, and I'm going to move on. And remember, the Six of Wands is a moment of success, and that follows this five. So you're sort of leveling up, and you may be in a situation that is just fraught with conflict. And seeing the Five of Cups in reverse on the bottom of the deck, you may have some regrets or having a difficult time letting go of a past narrative that got you feeling kind of down. And it's almost like it's showing up again in the form of conflict this time. So it sort of feels like an ongoing situation that's very, I don't know, it almost feels like it just feels like a battle is the word coming to mind, that you're constantly battling for peace and having a hard time consistently feeling like everything is just peaceful. There seems to be a lot of conflict surrounding you right now, Virgo, and it almost feels like it's been around you, for a bit now. When I see that Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck, makes me feel like this isn't new. Like, this is a situation that feels ongoing. Let's see what the obstacle is in this scenario here. What is the obstacle? Knight of Swords is your obstacle. So something could be shifting around you rather quickly, or you may be feeling impulsive and sort of maybe walking away from things is the obstacle. Perhaps you need to get involved still in order to sort of understand why this is showing up again. You might just be so over it that you're just like, I don't care. I just want to walk away from this, and I'm not interested. I just want to move on. And you know, it's like there's competition around you, and as you're leveling up, you might be feeling sort of impulsive. And that impulsivity could sort of hold you back in some ways. Yeah, like it may be that you make a decision hasty, or you're too impulsive with movement away from something or towards something. And it's interesting because this so far is feeling sort of like there's a pattern of behavior that happens here. And it feels like a pattern. That's what I'm picking up on, is that there's a certain pattern around you that always leads to conflict. And you might just be at a place now where you're just not feeling like you want to be in competition with anyone or have any comparisons made. Let's see what's top of mind for you in this situation is the Hermit. Yeah, like you're almost really reflecting on this situation in a different way right now, and seeing that you're like, I can't be impulsive. I have to look at this situation in a way where I'm able to sort of understand things in a different way than normally, you know? I think you're trying to understand this situation from a higher perspective when I see that Hermit card. And it makes me think, I wonder what is at the root of this. We're going to find that card next, but you know, I wonder what's at the root of this. The bottom of the deck is showing the Six of Cups. So there could be a past emotional connection, because this does feel like there's a pattern from the past that just keeps coming up to bring in conflict. And, you know, there's something about the conflict. It almost feels like you have to resolve the conflict. You can't just be impulsive and run from it. You're going to have to face it, I think. You know, I think that's what we're seeing here. What's at the root of this? Okay, the Ten of Pentacles is at the root. So immediately I'm feeling family. I'm feeling that there's a lot of conflict around a family unit right now. And you can't run from this. You have to face it. You're looking at it from a perspective right now that says, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have this conflict. I don't want to be involved in this situation anymore. And it feels like what's at the root of it could be family or money when I see this Ten of Pentacles. That the root of this could be family or money, or the idea of, even sometimes the Ten of Pentacles can represent keeping a secret. So there's something about this situation that feels like it's not 100% transparent. Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck in reverse, which can mean we're not really expressing our true emotions. We're hiding them. And yeah, I just want to keep going, because this is feeling really like a situation from the past that has a pattern, and it's rooted in some kind of family conflict. And there's an obstacle here where you may have been too impulsive. You may have made a decision, Virgo, that you now regret. When we see that Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck, you may have made a decision that you regret. Let's see the past energy around this. Okay, and I just want to point out that that Hermit is Virgo energy. And that Ten of Pentacles is also Virgo energy. So you're very much involved in this situation already. Like, you're a big part of this conflict now. In the past, we see the Lovers, and then the Moon with the Page of Pentacles. So the Moon is in reverse. So that makes me feel like in the past, things were really in balance at one time. And you felt very aligned with your choices around relationships. And you may have even had a child in the past that's involved in this situation now as well. Or this Page of Pentacles may represent just this new idea. But when I see the Lovers with the Page of Pentacles, sometimes I think there was a baby, there was a child conceived here. And then seeing the Moon card in reverse tells me that something happened in the past to shift things into a direction that now feels like, again, that you may have done something or been a part of something in the past that now feels like a bit of a regret, or you see now that you sort of fell for an illusion of some kind and now you're in conflict, right? So it's interesting. It feels here like in the past with that Moon card that there is some kind of anxiety or fear around something, and some kind of difficulty presented itself. And, you know, it's like you couldn't see clearly. So you may have made decisions impulsively that ended up leading to a lot of conflict that now you're reflecting on in a different way and sort of feeling a bit of regret. You know, that Five of Cups came out. So it makes me feel like, Yeah, there was something that was in alignment in the past, and it led to a new beginning. Like it led to this new beginning, but then something triggered this fear. Something triggered some fear, and then it was almost like that fear created a lot of impulsive decision making, and that became an obstacle because now there's all this conflict in the family. So interesting. Let's see what the upcoming energy is around this for Virgo. The 7 of Cups. So the fear continues. The fear continues. 7 of Cups in reverse is a time where we're blocked by fear, where there's so much fear that we can't see what option is best for us. I can't help but feel like there's regret here, that there's regret over a decision that was made too hasty, too impulsive. And now in the future, we're seeing that the options are limited because of fear. Yeah. Very interesting. 2 of Cups in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So if this involved a relationship, you're no longer seeing eye to eye with this person now. And it almost feels like there's no communication between you and this person now. And that right now it's impossible to sort of see past what has happened here for one of you, you know? And it feels like what was once a very aligned relationship with the lovers has now become unrecognizable, right? You can't see eye to eye anymore. Let's see, how does Virgo feel about themselves? Oh, 10 of Swords. Virgo, you feel like you're ready to get up from something that was very devastating, but this was a very difficult ending in some ways, and you see yourself in that 10 of Swords. So, that makes me feel like there's this resistance of what's inevitable at this point now, and you're not wanting to let go of a situation. You almost need to hit rock bottom here so that you can get up from this. We've got 2 10s here. There's been a chapter that has come to a sudden, unexpected ending, and it feels like it was the ending of a situation that came about from something that was originally very much in balance and felt like a really new start. But now it's like there's this sudden ending that seemed to happen very impulsively when it comes to, almost feels like Empress on the bottom makes me feel like there's a maternal figure here that may be feeling out of alignment or stuck now. You may be feeling like, oh man, this situation has gotten out of hand. That's sort of how I'm feeling. Let's see how you appear to others. How does Virgo appear to the other person involved or the other people involved? So 8 of Cups says to me that you're sort of showing up as someone who's having a difficult time walking away from something that they feel really attached to, but now it just feels like now others see you as trying to maybe backtrack, or that you're trying to get out of a situation that you were once a part of. That 8 of Cups can signal a resistance to move on from something, can signal that it's necessary to walk away, but there's a big element of regret in the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups in reverse can say that we regret our choices and now we feel stuck in our current reality and we're very fearful and we just want to avoid it or escape from it. But, that's how I think other people are seeing you. You're seeing yourself in a very similar way with the 10 of Swords, but other people sort of see you as maybe regretting your decision that you made in the past or recently, the recent past. Now, what are the hopes and fears? Okay, anything else for hopes and fears? We're seeing the 4 the Four of Swords in reverse with the Six of Cups. Yeah. So your hopes and fears are sort of about whether or not you'll be able to recover from this situation. And it, you know, seeing the Six of Cups makes me feel like, again, I can't shake the feeling that there's a child involved in this situation. And it feels like, it just feels messy, you know, but it feels like your hope is that it will somehow recover. With that Four of Swords, there's a hope that it'll recover. I think you're hoping that things will work out in some way, but you may not recognize right now that you sort of almost have to give yourself permission to recover from this in some way. You may have to have some time on your own to look at this from a different perspective, that Hermit card. And that Six of Cups in reverse is, again, I'm feeling children are involved in this, but it could also just be that, again, you're stuck in the past and there is a need for forgiveness, to almost forgive yourself or forgive someone else, because it feels like there's a lot of regret, fear, impulsivity, fear, you know, like there's so many heavy emotions here. Ace of Cups in the bottom of the deck. So there is a need to sort of forgive yourself first and then look at how to recover from this, or how to you know, dare I say, how to fix this. This almost feels like it needs to be repaired or fixed in some way. Yeah. Let's see what the outcome, potential outcome. Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So the Page of Swords in reverse makes me feel like for an outcome, that the outcome could be that you need to tell the truth, Virgo. And, you know, you may need to take action because of some kind of dishonesty. You may need to tell the truth in order to receive this new beginning. So to get a clean slate in this situation, Virgo, you may have to come clean about your part in this. Even though it was impulsive and maybe motivated by fear, it's almost like you have to come clean and admit that and say, I was triggered and I took an impulsive action that I regret now, and I need to take accountability for it, you know, and I need to tell the truth. I need to be honest. And then Three of Pentacles on the bottom, it's almost like you want to rebuild, but you may be feeling like, is it too late? Is it too late to rebuild? It may be from what I'm seeing, especially seeing this in reverse. Trust may have been lost. There may be an inability to work or be in relation with the same people because there's like a trust has been broken, and you may not trust other people, or other people may not trust you as a result of this. This is really wild stuff. It really does feel like something happened to put you in a place of fear and impulsivity. Like it's almost like you felt pressure to do something, and then you took that action, and now you're in a state where you have a lot of fear around the options. You have regret around choices. You need to sort of be honest about what happened here. And then a new beginning may be possible, right? Let's pull an oracle card to see what the highest guidance is here for Virgo. What's the highest guidance here for Virgo? Highest guidance for Virgo. Clean it up. Virgo, you got to clean this up. You were involved in a situation that triggered you and caused a mess. Okay, that's what it feels like in this reading, is that, and now it's time to clean up the mess. Now it's time to really sort of look at things and see where you may have had a role, albeit impulsive and motivated by fear, you know, to take accountability for that part in it. And seeing that clean it up card tells me that you're getting to the core of the situation, and it's time to sort of clear out so you can think straight again. You know, you've taken on too much in this situation, and you may feel overwhelmed. You may feel a lot of pressure you may energetically feel like you have to clear something up. You have to clear the air. You know, like when I see this card, it's almost like you have to clear the air and look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. You know what I mean? Like, in everything has two sides to it, right? We have to look at our side when we see this card. We need to look at our side of this and take accountability so that we can have a new beginning if we desire one. But it feels like it's the perfect time to look at your side of this situation and to make amends by sort of telling the truth about it. Very interesting scenario here, Virgo. A lot of food for thought. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope it was helpful. And I look forward to reading for you again soon, Virgo. Sending you so much love. Take care.